What's good, y'all? It's ElijahBoyy, and welcome to ElijahBoyy Reviews Raw. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get raw dogging. Like Braun Breaker. Wait, what? No, okay, all right, yeah, this is already going off the rails. So let's just get into it. All right. If you're watching this on the members only, it will be ad free. If it's not on the members only, then you might see some ads pop up here and there. Anyway, so let's just get this started. Raw kicks off. I got my notes here in case you're wondering what the heck I'm looking at. Raw kicks off with a video package showing Asuka pimp smacking Io Sky in the face. And all that stuff, and spitting that poisonous mist, that Capri Sun Kool-Aid juice she keeps in her teeth, and basically just all over Rhea Ripley. Okay, that sounds crazy out of context. So then Rhea Ripley, speaking of her, she just kicks off Raw, this is my brutality, and all that other stuff. So she comes out. She comes out, not the claws. I'm sorry. Anyway, so basically Rhea comes out and she's just angry, like, Asuka, Kyrie. She said, "Come and get me." And then Io Sky comes out instead. And basically she told Rhea, "You're right, but they're my family, and I love them." And I'm sitting here, am I watching As the World Turns? What the heck is going on? It felt like a soap opera. So then Asuka shows up on the screen. They gave her subtitles. I don't know why I started laughing. I shouldn't have been laughing, but they gave her subtitles, even when she spoke English. Like, it's one thing if she spoke, her native tongue, but the fact they did it while she was speaking English is kind of messed up. But, it is what it is. So she pops up on the screen, and there's Kyrie Sane still looking like confused, like, and Asuka says, "Io, I will forgive you if you apologize to me." And I'm sitting here, what you mean apologize to you? You pimp slapped me in front of everybody. You beat me down like a dog. And you want me to apologize? You got me jacked up. So she says she would forgive her if she apologizes, and, we could be family again. But she said for Rhea Ripley, it is too late. So all she has to do is apologize. And literally, Rhea is like, "No, Io, you don't have to take it." And Io's basically like, she just needs time to think. So Io proceeds to leave. Next thing you know, Asuka and Kyrie blindsides Rhea Ripley and attacks her from behind, no pause. And Io is like conflicted at first while Rhea's getting jumped. And then she does like this, like, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like she turned into the Hulk. She rushes in and she just yanks Rhea Ripley. She yanks Rhea Ripley. She yanks Asuka and Kyrie off of Rhea Ripley. And Kyrie's trying to convince her and stuff like that, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Blah blah blah. And then and so Asuka pulls like a Kool-Aid jammer out of her pocket, drinks it, and then just spits it in Io's face, and Io's just covered in Smurf juice or whatever the heck is going on, and proceeds and they proceed to beat basically both of them down. And it was just very hard to watch. But next thing you know, we have an Intercontinental Championship match. Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus Rusev. I want to make some notes about this match. I was excited. I was very intrigued to watch this. And Dom got like a huge reaction. Like, he got a huge pop goes the weasel. Like, he had a huge pop. Soda pop. You feel what I'm saying? And Rusev, he got booed. And I noticed during the introductions, like when she was like, "From Bulgaria, Rusev," and Rusev was like, "Ah!" And I'm like, what the heck is he doing? Like, ooh, like I don't know what that was, but he was "Ah!" Like, I'm like, bro, chill. Like, that's serious. But Dom got like huge cheers the whole match. Back and forth, everything Rusev did, they booed him and they cheered Dom, and Man, Raleigh, North Carolina, love them some Dirty Dom, and I understand because this dude got huzz. Let me tell you, this dude getting all the baddies, and I want to hate on him, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking every time I see it, I'm like, it should have been me. Let me stop, bro. So Rusev hit the Machka kick. And I low-key thought that it was it for Dom right there. But Dom kicked out. That shocked me a little bit. I was very surprised by the fact that he kicked out of that match. Or kicked out of that Machka kick. So, next thing you know, Dom decides, you know what, screw this. I also forgot to mention the Judgment Day did come out with Dom, but then they left him before the match even started. You know, considering Dom didn't help JD last week. So anyway, after all this beat down by Rusev, who almost put him in the accolade, Dom rolls out of the ring and he literally he tried to leave with both of his titles, the AAA Mega Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. But Rusev rolls out in front of him like Ludacris and Transformers combined, roll out. Twin lock 40s and all that stuff. So Rusev tosses him back in. And when the referee takes, I believe I don't know if that was the mega belt, one of the belts out of Dirty Dom's hands behind his back, Dom proceeds to try to hit Rusev with the other belt. And Rusev was like, bro, I know you ain't just try to hit me with the belt. So straight, straight unaffected, bro. And next thing you know, Dom throws the belt at Rusev trying to pull an Eddie Guerrero. But the referee literally saw Dom right before he threw the belt. And he was like, what are you doing? I literally saw you do it. I love how the referee has to be like very expressive, like I'm like, is he throwing up signs? Like, what's going on? So, once again, he grabs the belt out of Rusev's hands, and then Dom tried to escape from Rusev, and then he hit like a mule kick low blow in the little Rusevs, right? So I hope he didn't have plans after the show to go Raw. But, and then he rolls up, even pulls the tights, and gets the win over Rusev, retaining the IC title. Very interesting match. I'm very curious. I mean, I doubt Dirty Dom will turn, good or babyface, whatever, anytime soon. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys thought about that whole match. But that was funny. I don't think it's over between Rusev and Dirty Dom. So then we go to a backstage segment. LA Knight had a meeting with Adam Pearce, basically talking about mainly the world. He wants the World Heavyweight Championship match, and talk about how great of a referee he was, even though many people would disagree. Oh, by the way, since it's LA Knight, I forgot to do something, so I'm going to try this again. So LA Knight's backstage with Adam Pearce. So anyway, no, you get the point. But the New Day interrupts the meeting, and Kofi and Xavier are yelling at Adam Pearce, saying they want a tag team title match, and that they're owed it. And Adam is like, you have to earn a tag team title match. And then LA Knight's like, oh, should I leave? Is this important? And they were like, yeah, this is important. Well, I don't care. Nothing's more important than LA Knight, essentially. So he decides, you know what, Kofi, you are a former WWE champion. So I'll tell you what, you, Adam, make the match. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go out there. We're going to do this right here tonight. And I'm going to give you a BFT. Yeah. And all that other stuff. So Adam made it official. LA Knight versus Kofi Kingston later tonight on Raw. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, next thing you know, they showed an amazing package. Pause, man. Shoot, I'll show you an amazing package. They showed an amazing package of Seth Rollins. Whoa, pause again, bro. See, they showed a video of Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Very amazing video package. Elijah, come on, man. Get your mind out of the gutter, bro. So they showed an amazing highlight reel of Cody and Seth. Very interesting video. It was very cool to see like their paths Cody talking about leaving WWE because he had to. And it basically came back and Seth was like, I carried WWE while you were gone. It moved on without you. And Cody was like, I needed to leave WWE to go and find myself. I had to leave and had to come back to finish the story. And Seth, I understand your resentment and anyway, moving on. Very, very, very cool highlight reel. Really hyped up the match here. Then we cut to a backstage segment. Bayley and Lyra. Bayley's going through this weird split personality disorder thing with basically asking Lyra to accompany her to the ring, and Lyra was like, no, absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. Why? So you could shove me on my butt in front of everybody? I'm not going to do it. No, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know if this is a joke, but I'm like out of hair. So Lyra, she ain't doing all that, but you get what I'm saying. She leaves, and then Wade Barrett, while Bayley was doing her entrance, Wade Barrett was like, I'm disappointed in Lyra Valkyria. How dare she not accept Bayley's apology? I'm like, bro, were you not watching the show? I wouldn't have did it either. Shoot. So next it was Bayley versus Raquel Rodriguez. And basically it was a standard match, very good match back and forth. Bayley did a tribute to the Hardy Boys because we are in Hardy Boy country. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina. I think is that where they're from? Raleigh, North Carolina. I can't remember exactly where they were from, but I think it's North Carolina. You know, she did the twist of fate. She did the and the swanton, and even paid tribute to the Flares. She did a figure four, and did the little ooh. So unfortunately, halfway through the match, while she was doing the figure four, Roxanne Perez basically like dug in her eyeballs, and Raquel hit her finisher for the win, and they decide essentially beat up on Bayley. And then Lyra, her music plays, she comes out and then she was like, I don't know if I should do this. Like she's hesitating, and she was like, and then just starts sprinting. She better than me. I'd have show left her to get beat up. But anyway, she rushed for the save, and then while they start beating up on Lyra, Bayley just starts like the voices in her head like she's Randy Orton or freaking loses her mind and just goes, Rah! And then just starts mauling Roxanne Perez and Raquel and get them out of the ring. And then she looks at Lyra and she's laughing at her and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. And she picks Lyra up and was like, good job, you idiot. And I was like, what is going on here? Everyone's just confused. So then we cut to a backstage segment here. Jimmy questions Jay like, yo, Oos, like, where was you at? You know what I'm saying? Why'd you leave? And Jay was basically telling Jimmy, like, you asking me, why you help him? Why you help LA Knight? You know what I'm saying? He ain't blood. He ain't with us blood. I'm like, what? Is this the hood? Like, what's going on here, Jay? He ain't with us blood. He ain't in the bloodline. He ain't the ones. Basically, like, I said no help. Like, I'm like, why is Jay talking like this? You know what I'm saying? He's basically saying, man, if I was focused on that, I'd be world champion by now. That's something you don't get. And the crowd was like, oh. And I'm like, wow, okay. So basically they were hyping up for their match against the Bronsons later. Bronson Reed, LeBron James. I don't know how many Brons we got up in here. Braun Strowman. I'm joking. So then we cut to another backstage segment, Elijah. Kairi Sane was backstage, meets with Io, who is completely drenched, and I guess she didn't decide to hit the showers like a normal person was. She's been back there burning her eyes out. Kairi's by herself, and Io. Wow, Elijah. Io is backstage by herself, didn't think to go in the shower at all, and just rubbing her eyes and stuff. And Kairi comes back there, and she was like, Io, come on, we could be a family again. Even though you're being completely abused and manipulated, you come back to the family. And Io's like, no, get away from me. Go, just leave. Get out of here. What is this, the Californians? No, Ego. You go away. Leave me. So that's basically what she did. So Kyrie starts crying and then hands like Io a photo of her and Asuka and Kyrie all together just smiling. Like the good old days, you know. Um what makes me laugh, like when I look at this, it reminded me, like, remember that segment years ago during Damage Control when Asuka and Io had that huge argument in Japanese, where she was like, "Baka baka 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 baka," and Io looked at her like, "Bitch." I still love that segment, bro. It's still one of my favorite segments ever, bro. It was so funny to me. So, so then. So then we go to the next match, and they go from that sad moment to LA Knight, and I was like, yeah, that's LA Knight. Kobe Kingston. So LA Knight versus Kobe Kingston. LA Knight comes out, you know, basically a standard match with Xavier at ringside. LA Knight gets the win over Kofi after hitting a BFT and all that stuff, and then they cut to another backstage segment. Becky Lynch runs into Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree, and basically they have this whole argument, and then Maxine said, you know, they want to see AJ Lee, right? And Becky gets mad, and she straight socked Tozawa. Like, I'm like, dude. And then Tozawa falls to the ground and stuff. I'm like, bruh. Tozawa better than me, because I ain't gonna hold you. Brada rose up like, let me shut up. So after Lynch punches Tozawa, I'm expecting Maxine to like just jump on her. Maxine was just like, you shouldn't have done that. If I'm Tozawa, I'm on the ground like this, I would have been like, Maxine, handle that. What you doing? I thought we was friends. If you don't pop the trunk on this bitch. Pop the trunk on that hoe. Beat the brakes off her. If I'm Tozawa, I'd be mad. Like, girl, if you don't smack this, you know. So when Maxine goes to check on Tozawa, who looked like he got hit with a cinder block or something, I'm like, bro, get up. That's little weak punch. But so then Lynch starts beating on Maxine Dupree, and she's just like, get her off. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, I can't. So Becky walks away after committing literally assault on two people. Seth Rollins appears and stuff. He's like, you feel better? And she was like, a little bit, you know. He was like, Seth was like, I'm gonna head out to the ring basically to talk to the people. And she was like, you want me to come with you? And he's like, nah, I got this. And I need to do this alone. And he's looking at the watch and stuff like that. So then we cut to, after commercial, we come to Seth Rollins, you know, oh, whoa. So Seth Rollins heads to the ring looking like he about to go hunt vampires with Blade. And basically Seth cuts a promo about how, you know, he's been basically the main piece that's holding WWE together, talking about how he wants to control the future. He says, shouldn't be Cody Rhodes controlling the future. I am the visionary. You know, I'm the one that's gonna lead the WWE into the future and all that stuff like that. And so what? Cody Rhodes has 3 wins over me. It doesn't matter. Ain't you the same brother that always brags about how you always get one up on Roman? Literally one up on Roman. Pause though, by the way, on the up on Roman part. But now it don't matter, huh? Who you think you are, Akon? Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. 'Cause I got you, babe. So, anyways, basically talks about how he's going to lead, and he's using Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed as examples of him leading the WWE to the future. And next thing you know, we hear the music. Poop. Wrestling has more than one. Royal family. Adrenaline in the soul. Something, something, Cody Rhodes. And all that stuff. Whoa. All that. My father said to take the trash out. Or whatever it is. Moving on. So Cody basically comes out wearing a suit, looking like a cool dad in a Lifetime Hallmark Christmas movie. And basically he's like, Seth, you're talking about the future of WWE. I don't control the future, man. You don't control the future. You know who does control the future? The WWE universe. And he puts like a mic and the crowd goes nuts. Wow. And can we get that hashtag make WWE affordable again? Can we get that trend going? No, you're all too lazy to do it? Yeah. I mean, one hashtag, but I'm just saying. Can we do that? Make WWE affordable again? Bring back the WWE network for the US people? No, we're just gonna complain and do nothing. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm nobody. Who am I? I'm just a guy trying to survive out here. Dang it. Anyway, moving on. And Seth Rollins says, and Cody basically asks him, I don't think you're the one that sent Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to SmackDown to basically jump him. And Seth was like, all decisions come through me. And all this other stuff. And I'm the one that sent Braun Breaker and sent Bronson Reed to SmackDown to handle you and stuff like that. And Cody was like, really? So, I guess you're the one that allowed Paul Heyman to announce Brock Lesnar. And everybody was like, oh. And Seth didn't look very convincing when he said, I did. I was in control. And the fans start chanting, no, no, you don't. No, you don't. Or no, it doesn't. Or whatever he said. And it was like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He was like, I do. Shut up. I do. And I'm like, yeah, whatever you say, Seth. And Cody looks at him. He said, Seth, there was a time where you told me you were my shield. You were the MVP at WrestleMania 40. Your knees were shot. Your lower back was shot. But you offered to be my friend. You offered to be my shield. And you followed through because you believed in all this stuff. And, and all that good cheese. And Seth was like, no. You were the lesser of two evils. I was using you, right? And all that other good stuff. You were never my friend. And the crowd was like, oh, and all that other stuff. We were never friends. You were a means to an end. The future of WWE will go through Seth Freakin Rollins. And then they hit his music and he left. I'm very curious to see where this is going to go because Seth didn't look all the way convinced that he didn't feel like he was in control. So I'm very, 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 very curious on where this goes. Next segment. Los Americanos versus Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. I'm getting tired of this Grande Americano. I've never liked this whole thing. This is just stupid. It's whack. And the fact they're wasting my boy Ludwig Kaiser on this is very stupid. And we all know it's Chad Gable. And the fact it's gone on for as long as it did is annoying me. So Dragon Lee cut a promo about Dom having the AAA Mega Championship or whatever. And AJ basically mentions to Dragon Lee, yeah, it's an honor to be teaming with you, Dragon Lee. Maybe we should go after the titles. So I guess WWE maybe trying to beef up the tag team division. I mean, why not? I mean, tag team wrestling needs a renaissance like a mug, and I'm talking in all promotions. But AJ thanks the crowd. He thanks the fans for helping him have the dream match, that he wanted for this year. He won. He has a match at Australia against John Cena. And he says, I get to do my favorite thing in the world. Beat up John Cena. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The nostalgia literally hit me, bro. I was like, ah. It's funny because back then I was annoyed with it. Now I'm happy to hear it again. Beat up John Cena. So that match was going to be great. Hopefully I can watch it. Moving on. So next we have a backstage. Oh, my bad. I forgot. That shows how much I cared about this. Dragon Lee and AJ Styles defeated the Los Americanos, and I refuse to learn the name of the other two luchadors because, like I said, this is stupid and I want it to stop. Next thing you know, backstage, Stephanie Vacour. Oh, wait, she got a man. Hold on, let me shut up. Anyway, Stephanie Vacour shows up. I was about to say some stuff. Nothing too bad. It was respectful. I just remember she's already taken. It was so hard to look the other way. It's like Trey Songz. So hard to look the other way. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry. So she speaks in her native language and all that other stuff, basically saying her confidence is through the roof. But then it's Tiffy time. That Tiffy. That Tiffy. Oh, that Tiffy. That Tiffy. Don't. I'm sorry. Moving on. Basically, Tiffany says, I've been champion for 200-something days and all that stuff, and I'm not going to let a girl who's only been on top for 2 weeks. Sure, I'm trying to get a girl to be on top for 2 minutes. What the heck? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm being real goofy right now. I'm enjoying this. Are y'all enjoying this? I'm sorry. By the way, I'm not talking about these girls. I just meant a female in general. You know what I'm saying? It's cuffing season, so your boy. Moving on. That's so stupid. For 2 minutes, it's so stupid. Okay, basically told Stephanie Vacour that she's gonna win and she's gonna beat her in Australia. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I think it's for Crown Jewel. Is that the name? I'm tripping, bro. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yo, what is wrong with me? Anyway, so next thing you know, we get to the main event. Tornado Tag, WrestlePalooza rematch. The Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Tornado Tag. It felt kind of cool. As y'all know, I didn't see WrestlePalooza because I refused to sub to ESPN, bro, until I need them to add a discount for me to get up in there. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Get up in there. It felt good hearing that old school Usos theme song. Down since day one is, it felt kind of lit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It felt lit hearing that. They did a little bit of the yeet. It wasn't a lot of yeet, but it was some yeet. You know what I mean? And it was so adorable when they grabbed like the kid from the crowd and he's just like, I'm like, no rhythm. And I was like, that's all right. That's all right. He was yeeting before the yeeting needed. But anyways, it was kind of cool, the Uso Penitentiary lockdown. You feel what I'm saying? They get to the ring. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed were about to come out to the ring, and Paul Heyman's telling Seth, you're gonna win. You hear me? And then Seth was like, no, I have to win. And I'm like, Seth looked like his confidence is shook, boy. So basically, this match starts off. The Usos give it a jump start. They come right at Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and they were dominating for the first half. And they did that thing where they're like, yeet, yeet, yeet. Imagine you in a fight, right? And the dude is tagging you up. You like, and then they hit you. At that point, I'm done with the fight. Like, I'm done. That's it. If you successfully hit me after doing this, the fight is over. Nobody gonna remember what I do next. I don't care what I could do. I could hit you with a car and I would still not be remembered after that. Because I'm like, dude, yo, I know you hit him with a car, but did you see? You know what I'm saying? But moving on. So Braun hits his signature dive on Jimmy through the table. And then they start double teaming Jay, no pause. You know what I'm saying? And they're about to hit him with like a bunch of tsunamis. I knew it was coming. Big Jim saved Jay at the last minute, holding his ribs, right? Then Jay hits like a big back body drop on Braun Breaker, which was actually pretty, or a Samoan drop attempt. And a lot of power, you know what I'm saying? But they basically regain control. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed regain control over the Usos. They start, jumping him and stuff like, break yourself, fool. Break yourself. Yo, like, how does his neck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Braun Breaker, every time he does that, I'm like, dang, bro. Neck strong. Pause. Like, pause. So next thing you know, they get ready to stack them up, right? And next thing you know, we hear the beat. And the crowd went nuts, bro. And he took a while to come out too, bro. I'm like, dang, is he here? Or is this a trick? Like, what the freak? So Roman Reigns comes out. Roman's like, don't worry, y'all. I'm done filming I'm done recovering from injuries. He comes out with a chair, starts tagging both of the Brawns, right? And basically hits steel chair, sends Bronson Reed over the barricade, drops Braun Breaker and all that other stuff. The Usos, you know what I'm saying? Big Jim hits a super kick to Braun Breaker, and then Jay's like, and hits a mean spear with authority, and they set up Braun Breaker, they point to each other, and they hit the double Uso splash, and they get the win swimmingly. So then, after the match, they celebrate their win. Of course, Roman got a little bit more on Braun Breaker with that chair. And then Roman, he's talking to Jay, like, directly, right? And he's like, this is yours. You know what I'm saying? You don't let nobody take it from you. It's all about you. It's all about you. And Jimmy is just in the back like, I'm here too, bro. Like, what about me? Like, no, he was more like he was worried, like, what the heck is going on here? Because it felt kind of weird. Roman was just paying attention to Jay. He wasn't even looking at Jimmy. Jimmy being treated like a stepchild out here. Like, he's just like, I'm still here, guys. Like, everybody's focusing on Jacob Fatu, Roman, Jay, maybe Solo, and Jimmy's just like, I'm here too, y'all. Like, I'm gonna be a dad soon. Big Jim Papa, Big Daddy Jim. Like, what? Like, and he's just in the back, like, what about me? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Raw. It was a pretty good show. I will say that. Very solid. Very solid. If I had to go out of 10, I give it a strong 7. You know what I'm saying? I'll give it a strong 7 out of 10. But let me know, what was y'all favorite part of Monday Night Raw? What was your favorite part of the show? What was your least favorite part? What do you hope to see in the future? And let me know how much you enjoyed this review. Did you have a favorite joke? Did you make it this far into the video? Let your boy know. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, if you want to join the members only thing, you'll get ad-free videos and maybe a little extra stuff as well. If not, no biggie. It is completely up to you. I enjoyed this more than I thought I would. And I love it. I want to say how thankful I am that y'all continue to support me, that y'all continue to rock with me. And I would give all of me that I could give to you. Pause like a mug. I'm going to give my all for you. Like, pause though. Like, you get what I'm saying? Y'all, I'm going to do my best. I'm giving you the best entertainment I could get you. No pause. I'm done. I don't know. I can't just end the videos. But like I said, please like and subscribe. Follow me at social medias. Follow me at Take My Money EB on Instagram. And follow me on Twitter at ElijahBoyy YT. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys on Thursday for the AEW Dynamite review. Thank you for continuing to watch. And I hope you all stay safe. Stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all next time.